questions, and I'm, trying to push them to get them to post a little bit more and be more active in the group. But one of them, the one who's posted about 4 out of 7 days, she is seeing results. She's already lost 7 pounds from 21 Day Fix, and she's ecstatic because all the stuff she's ever done to try and lose weight and has never worked. And she asked me before she purchased it, do you think this would work for me? And I said, yeah, I do, because a lot of it has to do with nutrition and portion control. And she bought a 7-day sampler of Shakeology so she could try out the different flavors and see what she likes. And then she's the one who asked me to follow up with her in May about purchasing Shakeology monthly. So
okay. So I guess for me, just being the devil's advocate here, why do you feel like you have to continue to offer them a challenge group when they are now no longer supporting you as their coach?
Well, they came to me requesting to join into the next one, saying, we're going to do better. I've got the program figured out. I've got the nutrition figured out. Now that I know what all this is about, I'm going to jump in harder and stronger on the next round. So it's kind of, I guess, see how they do in the next round. And then if there's not much going on, then that's where I would be like, hey, I need this, this, and this for you to continue being in the groups with me. So that's kind of my thought process on it.
Okay, because it sounds like you are devaluing yourself as a coach.
I don't want to do that.
Because you're not requiring anything, like nothing. You're basically saying, this is a hobby, this is for fun, I don't need to make any money, so I'm just going to keep doing it even though you're not supporting me anymore.
Well, 2 of them have the memberships. They signed up for an actual club membership. The other one, she just purchased 21 Day Fix and the 7-day sampler. She is one who, she's only posting like 2 days a week, if that. But the other ones, they did get the membership, and one of them is looking through programs, deciding what she wants to do next. And then one of them is, she was the one who asked me to follow up with her on Shakeology for May. So
the 2 of them did the all access membership?
They didn't do the all access. No, they just did the club membership with the on demand, but it doesn't have like every single program. They didn't go for the all access. No, but yeah.
Man, because they're going to be paying like $30 every quarter, and they would have not had to do that with the all access. So why do you think they chose not to do that?
I think it was the upfront cost, not looking at what can be saved down the road, more so upfront.
Did they do the free club membership or the paid club membership?
Paid. Yeah, the paid.
Okay.
One of them had the free, and then she changed it to the paid. So
okay.
I think it was the cost, the upfront cost, that's the big thing.
Yeah. No, I think, and I really wish Shelly would get on the call too, because I feel like she's in the same situation as you, and I wanted to talk this out, like figure out what is going on in y'all's head to make you feel like you have to keep helping these people when they're not supporting you at all.
Yeah.
This is a struggle that I did that for years, like several years. And all it did was make me feel defeated and not successful and not a good coach. Like over and over, all I did was feel like I'm not doing something right. They don't trust me, but I want to support them because maybe one day they'll switch over. And it never, I would say most of the time it never turned out the way I hoped, because I held on to something that they didn't want. Like they really don't want to change, or they would do exactly what you ask them to do. And I just, like, you're putting your heart and soul into these challenge groups because we do, right? Like that's, we love them and we need it. And we want them to be successful. But if they're only posting twice a week, a couple of times a week, and then they want to continue on, like, why do they want to continue on? Because they're not doing even what you've asked them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. It's just, I guess, me trying to figure out exactly how to approach it. How do you, when somebody does stuff like that, how do you go to them and call them out on the rug without being like a jerk or something?
So it's actually, yeah, I mean, it's actually being, it's being a business woman and being like having respect for yourself. That's all this is. Respect for your time and what you offer. Because honestly, what it sounds like from an outsider, and this is just something I've learned over time, but what it sounds like we tell people when we allow them to keep dragging us along is, I don't really respect myself enough, and I don't really trust myself quite enough to make you do a certain thing. So I'm going to let you keep on because I feel bad that maybe I'm not as good as those other coaches. So I'm just going to let you stay on, and we're just going to pray for the best, that you get the results you want, when really you're not doing anything I ask, but we're just going to hope that it's all going to work out in the end. This is what I do. Before the next group, I say, this is your requirement, period. I have respect for you, and I want you to get results. And the only way you're going to get results is if you are held to a certain level of accountability. And that includes nutrition, fitness, and accountability. And if you're not able to do that, it's no big deal. It's just, you're not ready, and you know what I offer, and you know what my groups are like. When you're ready, let's get you started in a couple of months. Like, that's what I say. I say, this is what you have to do. You have to be on Shakeology Home Direct. You have to post it. And, and even with people that don't post often, I still follow up with them every single week. All of my challengers, I'm on the messenger, and I'm like, what's going on? How are things going? I haven't seen you in the group. What can I do? And then if they don't show up after I know I have done my part, I don't invite them to the next group. I don't say anything to them. I literally leave it off the table. And then if they come to me like they've come to you, I say, I'm sorry, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I respect you, my groups, and my business much more. And I have to have a requirement, because you're not going to get the results that you deserve if we don't have these requirements. And I just, like Ashley, man, y'all missed a great call last week. And that's exactly, Ashley was the same. Go back and listen to that call, because that's that, like, unapologetically coaching. We are unapologetically saying, this is what you have to do. I'm not sorry. I'm not, like, because we care. If we really care, then we would say, this is what you have to do. And that was the thing about Shelly. Ashley told me that she reached out to Shelly, asked how y'all's group was going and stuff. And she was like, well, the coaches, we're doing awesome, but hardly anybody else is posting. And so Ashley's like, why? And there she was like, well, I don't know. And she's like, well, how many of them had a challenge pack? How many of them are fully committed? And she was like, well, just the coaches. Like, nobody else really did all that we asked. And so Ashley, that's what she was like, that's why that's exactly why they don't post, because they did not have an investment in you and in the group. They just didn't.
Yeah. The first 2 weeks, everybody went really, really strong. Last week, everybody kind of started fading away a little bit. And I posted in the group, telling everybody, hey, we're in this for commitment. We're in this for results. It's accountability. And if you're not posting and you're not telling us what you're doing nutritionally and fitness wise and all this stuff, how are we supposed to hold you accountable? Like, I made a pretty decent post, and I tagged all of my challengers in it, and I tagged all of the coaches in it. To be honest, I think there's 5 coaches in our group. And for the first 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, there were every day 3 of us posting. And now it's down to just 2, me and Shelly. So and when we were sending out a message in our coach group messenger thing that we've had going on, and we were seeing who wanted to continue to next month, if they had anybody and all this kind of stuff, and like, nobody responded at all. Just completely ignored me and Shelly, and we're just like, okay, so now we're just setting one up, and it's just going to be me and her.
Yeah,
so
which is like, perfect.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, and we were going back and forth. It was like, y'all don't have to ignore us, like, you can just tell us, I don't have anybody, or I don't want to do it this month, or like, it's not forced, but I don't know. So we're just figuring it out together and going about it together. And so but we've grown closer. We've grown a tighter relationship through all of it. So it's been nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Somebody right there.
And that's what it's all about. Like, that just makes me so happy, because in the end of the day, even if the group doesn't go as you would planned, or it's not, it's not a reflection on you. And that's definitely what I want you guys to understand. Like, challenge groups and the outcome is, if you are consistently posting and you own up to that, and if you're following following up with all your people, you have done your part. That is it. And don't ever feel like you're doing something wrong, because it's not you, it's them, the timing. But I will give you guys that warning of be super, super careful with these groups with people who do not do both fitness and nutrition, because y'all know that that's the only way you get results, like when you're going all in. So how can we expect them to get results if they're not willing to do what you do? It's almost like saying, well, I feel bad, so we're just going to hope you're going to get results, and we're just going to hope it all works out, when you know deep down like that's not the best option for them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did it for so long. And now I just decided that unapologetically, I would say to them, like when they say, well, I can't afford the Shakeology right now, this is what I say to them. I totally understand. And I remember when I did not feel like I could afford Shakeology as well. But I knew that my coach said, this is what you have to do in order to get the results that you want. And when I was ready, I did it. And it sounds like maybe you're not quite ready, and that's okay. But in order to be in my groups, I have to have a requirement out of respect for myself, my groups, and to get you the best results. And, you know, they can take it or leave it, and it's not rude and it's not anything. I think the minute we start being worried that we're being rude or it's a weird thing, we've devalued ourselves, and we've also devalued our challenge groups. And that's why challenge groups with some people have a bad name and they don't work. It's because they did not do what was asked of them in the beginning. So of course they're not going to get results.
Yeah.
So, you know, just be warned about that. And Ashley can speak really great to that as well, because she's done the same thing. Like, we've allowed the same old people to come back in and back in and back in. And we're like, well, they did purchase a program at one time, so we're going to help them. Well, we can help them, and the way we're helping them is we will touch base with them every week. So what I say to those people is, if you want to just get the program, that's perfect. I will just touch base with you as your coach every week and see how you're doing and help you with what you need. But to get into my challenge groups, you have to this is what you have to do. Because I was going to ask you about this. Do you feel okay about providing the person who purchased the challenge pack the exact same stuff as your other girls? Like, how does that feel to you? Do you think it's fair?
I want to put her in one of the app groups, one of the challenge tracker groups. But at the same time, I'm going, will it be too difficult for me to bounce between two different groups? Because I have some girls who are kind of so-so, and then I have one who, you know, purchased the Shakeology, purchased the challenge pack, and, you know, she's telling me she's ready to go. Because, you know, so that's I'm kind of torn about that one. Like, I want her to get, I don't know. They're just, in your groups, there seems to be just so much drive all the time. And I'm like, where is it? I'm like trying to find it, you know, and I want to make sure she feels that as well now that she's telling me she's ready to jump in and ready to get this going. So.
Well, I will say that the drive comes from me and my drive in this business, and my drive to want everyone to get results. Like, it's basically me pouring everything I have and energy, whether I feel like it or I don't feel like it, because at the end of the day, I'm here for you, and I'm here for the other challengers and the other coaches. So that's something that I think you could start like really working on, of like, I want to be the best coach that I can be, and that's going to take sacrifice. That's going to take me digging deep and like showing up in a powerful way for myself and for the other team, because I can guarantee you that your challenge group was amazing. I can. And I think that the reason you feel the way that you do is because the people are not participating like you want them to. And you feel like they're not like energetic and all because they didn't do what they need to do in order to feel that. And it sucks. Like, I've been there so many times, and I've doubted myself so many times, but I can tell you the reason is because my groups were full of people who did not need to be in my groups. I allowed them to be there, and they weren't ready, and they drug me down. And that's what I don't want for y'all. I don't want these people who really aren't ready to drag y'all down. because it's defeating month after month. Think about it. If you have 10 people in a group and only 2 post every time, and you're hosting these groups month after month, why would you want to keep doing it? Like, it's kind of like, why am I doing this? Because they're not getting results and they're not posting. Like, that's no fun, right? So I definitely, you guys need to run this. Like, do you know if Shelly has any people for challenge? Like, that's what I was going to ask her, if she has any challenge pack. I didn't see that she hit Success Club or had any points. I was going to double check. Let me look real fast.
As far as I know, she doesn't, but I don't know if that's changed in the last couple days.
Okay, I'm going to look real fast.
You're a little wiggle worm today.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she got any. I think she told Ashley that she had a couple purchases, but she did not have any Success Club points. So there's a disconnect. If y'all are getting people to purchase, we've got to have a different game plan for y'all to get people to actually fully commit all around, just because you deserve it. Like, that's my thing in all of this. Like, you deserve the points, you deserve the money, you deserve the respect. Like, you deserve it. And I want y'all to feel like you deserve it. And I know when there's a little bit of a disconnect of like, I'm just doing this to help, I don't necessarily need all the money. And I know Shelly has kind of told me that, and I'm like, but that's a limiting belief. That's just a belief that you don't deserve those things. And I think you do deserve those things. You deserve to go get a pedicure or buy your baby whatever you want. You deserve to have a little extra cash to go on a vacation. Like, you deserve those things. And so I feel like there's just like this little disconnect somewhere that I had it. And I know Ashley had it. And we've just kind of moved past into this different, like, we do deserve it, and we're not backing down. And there's no, like, and if we care that much about people, then we're going to require something of them, because that's the only way they're going to get results. And so I think y'all are in a really good spot. I don't really know exactly my advice for you on how to handle the one girl with all your other girls, because I feel like they are going to drag her down, and they're going to drag you down. And you're right, like, the energy is going to be down. And is it going to be too much to be a part of the app group versus the Facebook group? That's going to be up to you. I mean, as long as for my coaches, as long as you are active, if you're on Shakeology, you're doing a program and you have a person and you need a group, you can always be in my group, and you can always help me post and just gain, do it that way. So you're welcome to join me next month. But I don't know what for you to tell the other ladies. So you basically have already told them, yes, we'll be starting another group on.
Yeah, I already have people who are like, well, those 3 girls are like, okay, when does it start? I'm going to kick in harder this time and all this kind of stuff. Like, they're saying they're going to do it, and I'm going, okay, I guess I'm sitting here skeptical going, okay, well, we'll see if you do or not, and I'm still going to be doing everything the same way I'm doing it, posting multiple times and all of this kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah.
Like, has a goal. She wants to lose 50 pounds before July. And, because they're going on a family vacation in July, and she wants to be back to her pre-pregnancy weight and be more toned and all this. And she's already seeing toning and all of this from 21 Day Fix. But then last week, I don't know what happened last week, but she didn't do any workouts. And I called her out on the road about it. And, she was like, I'm so sorry, I've got to kick into gear. Well, this week she was planning on kicking into full gear. Now she's got something, and we don't know what it is. We're wondering if it's the flu. She just hasn't gone to the doctor to get tested yet. So she's been down and out this whole week from that, and I'm just like, so I don't know. And I mean, but she's excited to jump in, and her husband wants to jump in. Of course, they'll be doing that at their house together. But so I'm hoping that she'll commit the way she's saying she wants to lose the weight that she's wanting to lose. And then one of them, I'm just kind of wondering, like, I'm gonna have to send her a message and tell her this is what I need, just like what you were saying. And then And then the third one is kind of, she's like hit and miss. I don't know.
Hard. Well, I tell you what, I think this is what I would recommend that you do, that you get on your voice memo on Facebook, on the messenger, and you leave a voice message, and you just say, we're getting ready for the group, and I have a person who has fully trusted me and who has invested in me with both Shakeology and a fitness program. And you guys know that's exactly what I recommend. And that is the 100% way I can guarantee results. I want to fully commit to her. And since I'm allowing you guys to be in the group, I have a requirement. And if I do not see posts from you guys within 3 days, I'm going to have to remove you from the group. And we're going to have to restructure. Something to that nature of like, I have to have you post. And then, I mean, you know what I would actually probably do even beyond that? I would say, this girl is trusting me. She did exactly what I asked her to do. And I feel that is a disservice to her that I required that of her and you guys did not do that. Are you willing to purchase Shakeology before we start on March the 6th? Mm-hmm. Like, ask point blank. This is what I require. I allowed y'all to be in the group. It didn't go as well. You're wanting more accountability. Are you willing to purchase Shakeology before we start on March the 6th? I would just point blank ask the question. Mm-hmm. And if they give you objection, then you can just go into like, you know, I put all my effort into it and I want to help y'all, but we're going to have a level of accountability. So, you know, work something out with them. But I would just ask them again and just say, this is what I normally require. And I didn't do that for you guys. And I felt like y'all did not get the results that you would have gotten. Are you willing to just give it a try for 30 days? You can always cancel if you need to, but I think we need to push it into high gear. We all need to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of that, I feel like none of that, saying that is rude or weird.
Yeah.
Unless you make it that way, unless you, for some reason, you feel awkward. But I think it'll be fine.
It would feel awkward for me because I'm just getting my feet back on the ground with everything and figuring out how to approach the situations.
Yeah. But are you just afraid like that they're not going to be your friend anymore, or that they're going to...
I'm not afraid of that. I'm not really afraid. It's more so people just, I understand financial issues because I've been there. I mean, we've all been there at some point. And so that's where it's like, okay, well, if they're willing to purchase a program, then they do trust me enough to purchase something, you know, and to purchase something to get them healthier. It's just, you know, they don't want to purchase all of it 9 times out of 10 because of the financial aspect of it. Mm-hmm. He is a wiggle worm today. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, and I think that there's definitely twofold to that, because I think that there are like a very, very small percentage of people who don't want to purchase because they truly can't. Mm-hmm. But I would say about 98% of people, they could. If they really wanted to, they could. They could figure out a way. So,
yeah, and I know that because that's what I did. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly how, and I think you have to keep reminding yourself of that, of like, you know, your situation, you do know financial issues, but you also know that could you honestly say that if you didn't go all in with everything that you would have gotten the results that you got?
Probably not, to be honest, because I mean, if I wasn't getting the nutrition that I needed, like you can get nutrition from food and things like that, obviously, but that Shakeology is packed with so much. And I mean, I still think I would have gone all in with the workouts, but I don't know that it would have been as dramatic results as soon as I saw them if I hadn't had the combination.
Well, and what would you say about the accountability with purchasing Shakeology? Do you think that because you purchased it and you spent the money that you felt like, okay, yeah, I have to go all in. Like, I just spent $100 on this shake. Like, I'm going to drink it and I'm going to go all in with my workout. Yeah. Like, So that's what I usually lead with is I say, I know that's a lot of money, but it is like the best accountability tool there is paying money for something every month, knowing that if you don't do the right thing, you basically are throwing away the money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So that's another way to look at it. But the big picture is you guys are doing amazing, and I don't want to make this a negative thing. I just wanted to talk through it to help you kind of start thinking of different ways to approach people, because we can say all day long that we care about someone and we feel bad if they can't afford it, but at the end of the day, it's a waste of your time and their time if they really aren't ready. So I would rather move on and say, I got to go to the next person because she's not ready and she's not going to get results. And it's going to be a negative experience for everybody. And it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So I hope that is how that conversation came out. Cause I don't want y'all to feel like, you're doing anything wrong at all. I just feel like, you have so much potential and you deserve so much better. And, I want y'all to start thinking that, like, you deserve it. You're worth it. Like, you're going to require something next time because by golly, you want them to get results and you know how to get it. And if they're not ready, they're not ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me know about the challenge group as far as March. So my plan is to, I've got 2 girls who purchased and are ready to roll. So they could just be put in a challenge group. They don't even have to do like a prep week. But I am willing to do a prep week on Facebook with you guys if you need someone else to like do that, and we can invite people to it. If I could get that commitment from you guys that y'all would we would post every single day and we commit to inviting people to that group as a way to advertise for the actual challenge group, then I think that would be fun. I would love for us to every single month as a big coaches team that we all do some sort of like free prep group every month to like keep the fire going, keep the energy going, and invite people to that. This like a live event, a week-long live event, and in hopes that we actually get some customers from that group early on in the month.
Yeah.
But we just have to think about it. Because like your girl, she's going to be ready to roll on the 6th. And I have 2 that are going to be ready to go on the 6th. So I need to do one of 2 things. Either start them out in the prep week, because I think everybody technically needs a prep week. They need kind of a trial week where they can do their meal prep and planning and like, go all in, but also have a week of like kind of grace. And then after that, like go hard for 21 days. So I'm willing to do like that prep week in a Facebook group with you guys and put my people in there. And then at the end of that week, transition them over to the app for all the people that qualify. And that was the other thing Shelly told Ashley is that she wants some more people to qualify for the app, and you guys can use the app. You don't have to have a challenge group, they don't have to purchase a challenge pack. You can still use the app, not Facebook, if y'all want. I just want to make sure y'all knew that.
Yeah, the only reason we hadn't been doing that is because like y'all had talked about it being more of a VIP status. So we're kind of trying to use that as a VIP status and not just hey, you purchased one program, here you go.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that y'all could, but I do agree. I think, man, we got to have something for them to like offer. We got to offer them a little something different. So I think that's a great thing. Yes. But think about it. Talk to Shelly, and I've recorded everything we've talked about today. So I'll put that up on the on our team page. My husband will download it tonight. But talk to her and kind of explain to her like how our talk today, and that y'all just got to gain some confidence in requiring everyone that, not that they can't purchase from you or anything like that, but I want you guys to get some points and like make this happen, because y'all are doing amazing and you deserve it. And it wouldn't take but 2 people, like literally 2 people a month. And so I know you guys can do this. I just want you to help build some confidence in y'all and just break down some barriers, because I don't know what's going on in your head. And so that's why I'm like, I just wish I knew, like, what is it? Is it fear? Is it like that maybe you don't feel like you are good enough to require something, or that you've not been doing it long enough to require something? Like, what is that deep rooted thing that's making y'all not say, this is what you got to do because I love you and because I want you to succeed, this is what you got to do?
Yeah.
But y'all can do
just
this.
Start in my conversations, just start saying Shakeology is a requirement. If you want to be in a challenge group, this is what you have to do.
Yep.
I just need to change my verbiage.
You're exactly right. And we have to do it. And even if they choose to do Shakeology and no workout, I think they still would qualify for a group. Like, because to me, they're supporting you. And when you do that, then next month they may purchase. I think it's just a different situation.
Yeah. I think I'm leaning more and more, because I've been working with her for 2 years now, trying to, help her. I'm kind of leaning more towards putting her in the app, and then, still having the other ones in a Facebook group, so that she feels the full effects of everything and doesn't have anybody in there who's just not posting and just hanging along. And I don't know. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if there's some way that you can passionately and authentically explain that to those other 3 girls of like, this is what's going on, like, this is my requirement, and I allowed you guys to get in a group when really y'all didn't meet the requirements, and I care about you and I want you to be successful, but the only way people are successful is this. So are you guys willing to do that? And I'm willing to offer you the private group as well. But it's hard. Once you let them in, it's so hard. Like, it's so hard to cut ties, because it's not that you don't care. It's that it's a waste of everybody's time, and they just aren't putting out the effort, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's just.
And frustrating.
It's
like, come on.
It is, because you want it for them and you know it's possible. So you're just in the same boat that I was in for so long. And I'm like, because you just care, you really do. But at the end of the day, we don't care enough about them if we don't have a requirement.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we really don't. If we cared enough, we would say, I care so much that if you don't do this, you're not going to get results. And that's just me wanting your money. I don't want your money. I want you to get results. Mm-hmm. And if you want to get results, this is what you got to do.
That's what
doctor.
When one of the girls, she called me, she had questions about some stuff and all that. And we started talking about Shakeology. And I told her, I said, I don't want this to sound like a sales pitch. I don't want it to sound like I'm just trying to sell you another thing, and I went into more information about Shakeology and stuff with her on the phone call. And, she was like, well, I'll talk to my husband and see what he says. And I sent her a message a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, what has he said about Shakeology? And she's like, well, he's still, not really giving me an answer. So I'll just send her a message on the side and say, hey, if you're really serious to committing and you really want to, lose the weight and lose this 50 pounds by July, then I can offer you a VIP group that you'll be in with me, with more coaches. I have somebody else, and I guess I can go into it with her, and then also send something to the other ones as well.
Well, and make sure you share your personal experience. Mm-hmm. And just say, I was thinking about this. Like, you said this is what you wanted to do, and I know without a shadow of a doubt you can get there. But I let you slide the first month because I wanted you to kind of get a feel for things. But this is how I did it. This is how all the people I've helped, my coach, this is how we've done it. And if you really want those results, I guarantee you, if you just take that next level of commitment, it's going to happen. And kind of present it to her in that way. I think that she'll respect that. And that's the other part of this, that when we devalue ourselves as a coach by letting anybody and everybody, they don't respect us. And they end up expecting to keep joining and doing this and all these things for free, because at the end of the day, they don't respect us enough. Because in my opinion, if they respected, they would say, I don't think I deserve to be there because I know I'm not supporting you anymore. So it's okay if I can't join. To me, that's respect. But it's an expectation if we just keep, you know what I'm saying? There's like a big difference there. Because I've had people come to me and say, oh my gosh, like I feel so bad. Like I understand if I can't be involved because I just can't afford Shakeology anymore. And I understand, you know, like to me, that's respect. That's saying I don't deserve it. Everybody else is paying. It's not fair. And then that's usually when I say, you're right. Like it isn't really fair to everybody else. And, you know, when you're ready and able again, let's jump back on it. Like I'm here always and I'll help and answer questions and check in on you, but you're right. Like, and it's true. It's really true. But well, do you have any other questions about anything?
Not anything that I can think of off the top of my head. I've been slowly working through the coach basics stuff. I'm not super far in, but I've already learned a lot of information.
It's so good. So good. Oh my gosh, like amazing. Yes.
A place for ideas and other notes.
I mean, it's so, that basics is just phenomenal. And I'm glad that you guys are working through it, and just keep trucking. Don't feel like you have to be super fast, but obviously each day is going to give you more information and more things to run with. And so I'm glad that you guys are doing that. And one more thing I did want to emphasize, because we talked about it last week on the call with Ashley, is I wanted to remind everybody that there is one specific way that we as a team can continue to help each other grow and help other people, like help each other's businesses. And that is commenting and liking and sharing our posts. And so if you see anybody's post, if I see, I'm trying to be very diligent about looking for y'all's posts. But when we comment on those posts, it puts more people to use. So it's huge. And so if there's anything y'all see of mine and I see of yours that we can share, those shares even get more views on it. So keep that in mind. That is just being a team player. And I just want to probably remind y'all about that all the time, because it dawned on me the other day that I'm like, that's the best way for us to support each other in business, is to give each other shout outs or comment and like and share on all of our own posts. Because Ashley said she was on, I think it was a Unique Presenter or an It Works, some video came up on her feed, and there were like several hundred posts underneath this girl, and it was like 1,000 views or something. And she's like, how in the heck is this happening? How does she, like, there's nothing special about her. But you know what it was? It was her coaches, her people on her team were having conversation underneath her post. And Facebook kept showing more people and more people and more people. So it was not new people on that post. It was all her own team that were conversating, and it created all this volume. And so, of course, she's going to get new eyes on it because more people are seeing it. But actually, she was like, oh my gosh, that's like golden. Like if we just really are intentional about commenting on each other's posts, Facebook is going to show it to more people. And so it's going to help our businesses.
That's true.
Just want to remind y'all, and particularly our fan pages, our like pages, that's a really big one to do that on, because they will promote your page more. And it's going to benefit our business better. So anyways, that's just a side note. But okay, well, you go play with your baby. Take care of your sweet baby. He's growing so much. I just cannot even believe it. Oh my gosh. Man. But I'll let you go so we can carry on with our day. I got to go into clinic. So I got to go pick up my kids, get them home, get ready, and go to work. And
tomorrow. I'll be doing that tomorrow and Sunday.
You are. So I thought you quit Outback fully.
I